Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Uncomfortably Candid podcast. Today, I want to talk to you about perseverance. And that is something that comes up when you're writing an almost 100-page paper. But one thing I did to not get bored when you're writing about the same thing every day is I picked a topic that I was passionate about and that I enjoyed researching. But all my research was lost when my laptop got stolen on a train in going from Germany back to Paris. The train was delayed for like 3 hours. I think it was delayed for 2 hours in one place and then 1 hour in the next. And I'd been working on it. And sort of, my brain was tired. And I put it in the back of the seat in front of me because I was like, oh, I'll probably get it out and work on it again. Cause we've still got X amount of time before we make it to Paris, but I did not. And when we got to Paris, I was exhausted. Everybody was rushing to get off the train, and I left it and did not think about it. And then when I was going through the train station, I remembered that the metro stopped running at a certain time in the morning. And so I started freaking out about that and then definitely didn't think about it. And I got home and I was going through the bag that I keep my laptop in looking for my chargers, and I realized that I had left it. And I know French enough to be able to fill out the lost and found form on the website. But I woke up the next morning, it had pinged at the train station, but the lost and found was closed on a Sunday in an international train station. And I wasn't able to fill out a stolen item report because the police told me that I needed to wait an extra day just in case the person who might have taken it that worked on the train would bring it back. So, anyway, not only did I lose a 15-page paper that I was working on for another class, which my professor was so nice and she allowed me like 2 extra weeks to finish it, but all of my research for my dissertation was on that laptop. The only thing I had for my dissertation was a few pages that I had sent my professor or my committee chair in an email. So I was angry. I felt defeated. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to meet the March 15 deadline to defend your dissertation. And that's, you pretty much have to be done by then. But I had to make a decision to not let that setback keep me from persevering. So I adjusted my mindset and I took this as an opportunity to say, hey, this gives me freedom to go in whatever direction I want to. I started thinking about things and sort of changing things up. But this laptop, this trusty laptop, has gotten me now through undergrad and through my doctorate. But the moral of the story is don't leave anything in the back seat of the chair in front of you on a train station. But really, I want to give you 3 things that helped me persevere while I was writing my dissertation. And I just want to say that each episode that I post is not going to be for everyone. I've already done a podcast on persevering or pivoting, and that podcast was to encourage someone who's in a rut, not being able to finish something because really they aren't passionate about it, or they realize it's not utilizing their strengths, that it's okay to move on. And this podcast is the exact opposite. This is to encourage people to persevere. So all that being said, here we go. Number 1 is limit distractions and know what time your brain functions the best. I am a morning person. That's why on the train, it was so late. I was already tired, but I was trying to finish that 15-page paper, but I knew that I wasn't going to get it back out and work on it. My brain was. So while I was writing this, I knew that because I'm a morning person, I needed to get up super early, limit all distractions. I left my phone way far away. And that's what I did to really write the bulk of this paper. I mean, I think that's the most important thing is to know when you function the best. And the second thing is limit decision fatigue. So I pretty much made simple meals that were pretty much the same every day. Like I didn't do anything fancy. Um, I tried to eat as healthy as I could, but when you're doing this kind of thing, you just have to eat what you can eat because you can't work on an empty stomach because it starts to fog your brain. And then I had stopped training for my marathon at this point, but I knew for my sanity that I needed to get outside, get some fresh air, and do some sort of movement, like just walking, taking a walk. But that's number two. I had to limit decision fatigue by knowing what my schedule was like. I took breaks around a certain time of day, or tried to at least. If I was on a roll, then maybe I might push it back. But um, I tried to keep everything the same so I didn't have to take up mental capacity with making extra decisions. And then number three is figure out how you recover and how you rest or recharge. The walks really helped me. Um, and then sometimes I would turn up the music really loud and just have a dance break, but that might not work for you. That might not recharge you. So you have to take the time to figure out what that looks like for you. I sat by a guy at graduation that had been in school for 10 years, getting his master's and his doctorate. And I was about to give up when they told me I wasn't going to graduate at my expected graduation date. I freaked out. I didn't have time for a panic attack. I just freaked out in the sense that I just zoned in on what I needed to get done. I didn't have time for a panic attack. But this guy did schooling throughout, in between getting deployed, and he had to fill out an extension because once you take a certain amount of years, you have to apply for one of those. And you just never know what perseverance means to someone else. So it really humbled me. And I hope this podcast encourages you to persevere. Because when you persevere through hard times or through accomplishing a difficult task, it builds resilience. And the last thing I want to say that helped me persevere is I had people holding me accountable, not only my professors or my committee members, my chair and my reader, but I had friends that would reach out and check up on me and ask how it was going. I think mainly because I wasn't responding to them. But I think that's so important. And if you need accountability, then please reach out. I love this so much. I love to be able to empower people and to walk alongside them in persevering through their goals. So I would love to chat with you. But that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you all next time. Bye.